Hello guys, once again welcome back. I am Abhishek Patange and today I am here to review this. This is the 2021 Suzuki Swift. In this video we will talk about the colors, engine specifications, variants and its prices, difference between the older gen Swift and the new gen Swift. On-road base variant which is LXI costs 6.28 lakhs and the top end variant costs 9.42 lakhs. This is the VXI automatic which costs 7.70 lakhs. It only gets with petrol engine options which is K series dual jet 1.2 liter 4 cylinder petrol engine which produces 88.50 bhp of max power at the rate 6000 rpm and 130 newton meters of max torque at the rate 4400 rpm. And the ARAA mileage claimed is 23.2 kilometers. And now let's talk about the changes between the older gen Swift and the new gen Swift. Changes are mostly visible in the higher variants. It gets with a new grille with chrome in it, 3 new dual tone colors, cruise control, colored MID, automatic foldable ORVMs, ESP with hill hold assist. Now the engine produces 90 PS of power and the automatic variant claims 23.76 km per liter and the manual claims 23.20 km per liter. These are the few changes. Swift comes with 6 color options: grey, silver, white, orange, blue and last one is the red. And Suzuki offers 4 variants: LXI, VXI, ZXI, ZXI Plus. This is the VXI variant which you are seeing. It gets with the manual and automatic both gearboxes. Now let's do a detailed walk around. From the front it looks more or less similar as the older one other than this grille. It gets with a new grille with that chrome below the Suzuki logo. Rest of the car looks similar as before. These are the fog lamp housing and it gets with halogen lights. These are the halogen headlights and beside them we have halogen indicators. In the front it gets with MacPherson strut suspension with the tire section of 165 80 R14s and for the higher variants it gets with 185 65 R15s tubeless radial tires with alloy wheels. This is the ORVM which is finished in dual tone color which is body colored and it has that turn signal on it. This is the door opener with no request sensor which is also finished in body color and the ground clearance is 165 mm and the wheelbase of the car is 2450 mm. This is the rear door opener which is very unique and it has that floating roof effect in the rear on the C pillar, and in the rear it gets with drum brake. In the front it gets with disc brakes and it gets with a regular antenna. For the higher variants it gets with a shark fin antenna and this is the rear stop lamp. It doesn't get with any rear washer and a defogger. These are the rear tail lights. These are the LED tail lamps. This tail light looks aftermarket-ish and very sporty as well. In the facelifted version there are no changes in the rear. It looks similar as the older Swift. Now let's check the boot space. Let's open the boot first. The boot is opened. It gets with 268 liters of boot space and you can see it has a good amount of lip, loading lip. On the left we have hook, same on the right. We also have hook on the right side and it doesn't get with 60-40 split in the second row and it gets with a partial tray. This is the handle to hold while closing. I didn't feel the boot so heavy. It was so easy to close. And now let's get inside the driver's side door. On the driver's side door it gets with this carbon fiber like finish and this is the soft touch material. These are the controls. It gets with ORVM controls and this is the lock unlock button and this is the power window controls with single touch roll up and roll down function for the driver's side door. Chrome door handles with locking mechanism, manual seat adjusts. This is the automatic variant. Dead pedal would be a good touch. These are some of the controls. It gets with this traction control on off and headlight leveler control. This is the dashboard. Most of the things are finished in circular shape. It gives that Mini Cooperish feel. And now let's close the door. These are the bottle holder. It can hold 1 liter bottle This is the steering wheel. It gets with the chrome inserts on the steering with flat bottom steering. This is the flat bottom steering, and this is the, in the middle we have MID, and on the right we have speedometer, and on the left we have tachometer. This is the button to toggle through trips, and on the left we have these controls to control the MID. On the left we have this wiper controls, and on the right we have headlight controls. This is the steering wheel with Suzuki logo in the middle with chrome surroundings around it, and these are some of the controls. This is the Bluetooth, and this is to lift the call and cut the call. These are the circular AC vents with a hazard light switch in the middle. This is the infotainment system. This is not the touch screen. It looks like touch screen, but it's not. And below the infotainment system we have AC controls. This is the manual AC, and below the AC controls we have charging sockets. This is the aux, USB, and a regular charging socket. Here is some space to keep mobile, and these are the twin cup holders. This is the automatic gear knob with that piano black surroundings around it. This is the handbrake. It doesn't get with any armrest. Let's open the glove box. It has a good amount of space. The glove box is good enough, and it has this chrome like thing on the dashboard. These are the AC vents, and this is the manual dimming ORVM. Below the ORVM we have light. This is the halogen light, and on the left we have mirror. There is no light, and on the driver side we have only total receipt holder. There is no mirror and light. This is the handle to hold on the co-driver side. Seats are soft enough, and it has good padding to hold. It gets with adjustable headrests in the front, carbon fiber like finishing. And now let's get inside the second row. Same carbon fiber like finish, and 1 liter bottle holders, chrome door handles. Now let's get inside and let's close the doors. Driver side door is adjusted according to my driving position, and you can see the amount of legroom. Under thigh support is missing, but legroom is very impressive. There is a slight hump in between. 3 people will be a problem. And cup holder, you can see the cabin is wide enough, and these are the fixed headrests and a partial tray handle to hold in the second row. And this is the amount of headroom which it offers. I am 5'10" long. This is the rear look. So that's it for now, guys. Hope you liked my efforts. If you did, like this video, and definitely subscribe to my channel. Make that subscriber count to 4-digit numbers. So see you soon. Bye.
Stories, I'm a fool for your love.